Coming up tonight, Rick goes undercover to find the truth behind a secret delivery service. Gary takes up gardening with electrician scissors. Gordon Weiser isolated to an oscilloscope. We dissect exactly what happened last week in Ireland. And is a £30 ladder a bargain or just a shortcut to A&E?
You forgot it again, but it doesn't matter with TradeKart. That's tonight's show. Thank you very much for joining us on both Facebook and on YouTube. If you're joining us live, thank you. Get your comments in. If you had the luxury of an app that could make your life considerably easier when needing to get your contents to the site, and maybe it's content you forgot, tell us what you want. What things would make your life easier? Now, I'd love things that make my life easier, but I've been joined by you, Gordon, which incredibly difficult on a Wednesday evening.
Well, thanks for that, Gary.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll try and make everyone's life easy. Actually, you know, apps. We get suggested a lot of apps, actually, but this one is actually worth learning about because what we found was it worked first time we used it.
Yeah.
Impeccably, actually, and we'll see that unfold. We've got that coming up the show. We've got a few other things we're going to be looking at. We're going to be revisiting some of the stuff we did on ladders a while and some of the other things we're working on at the moment. But in other news this week as well, we learned of an office affair, Gary.
Oh, no.
Yes, we actually caught it on video during last week's live stream. Let's just have a look at that.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Who would have guessed it?
What a nightmare. I had them two down for it all along, and then it just takes one slip out, doesn't it, to a trade show that has a camera, pops around the corner, bang, you're caught out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Disaster, I would suggest.
I know. It went viral on social media, but with Joe's future's in the balance here. But we'll see.
Well, we will see. OK, so joking apart, thank you ever so much for joining us. Please get those comments in, and hopefully you're introducing yourself to other people in the comments as well as we rock and roll our way through this. Now, we've used the app. We're going to show the second version of it because the first one was just absolutely pin perfect. You couldn't believe how we set the app up the first time round and all the footage we caught. So we're going to save that for a little bit later on in the show. But we had a disaster today, didn't we, with Rick?
We did. Rick ran out of something that you just would have thought you had endless.
Yes.
So I said, Rick, just let's record you using this app and see what happens. So let's see. This is in real time. He did this, so let's cut to that.
It's 2:05 p.m. on a Wednesday, a calm afternoon, and then disaster. The washer bin is empty. Not just any washer, a penny washer, the kind of thing you don't realise you desperately need until it's not there. But I had a secret weapon, TradeKart. 2:10 p.m. I dived into the TradeKart app. Quick search, boom, penny washer in basket, but I wasn't done yet. A rapid troll through the catalogue. A few cheeky widgets added for good measure. Then the round robin of destiny. Group chat blitz. Anyone need anything? Silence. Then a few urgent cries for bits. 2:18 p.m. Order placed. Paid. The countdown begins. 2:34 p.m. Message received. Your order is on its way. Like music to a tradesperson's ears. Live tracking. I watched every turn like a hawk. 2:43 p.m. Phone rings.
Hello? Yeah, mate, I'm here. Can't see the unit.
Ah, that's because I parked in front of the sign. Again, idiot. 2:45 p.m. Like a scene from a war film. Victory. The washers, the widgets, the glory. In 40 minutes, TradeKart turned a job-stopping catastrophe into a minor blip. No supply run, no faff, no sweat, just sorted. If it's missing, TradeKart's delivering. Because sometimes the smallest parts keep the biggest jobs going.
It doesn't take much, does it, for brand loyalty that all of a sudden Rick's now wearing the top, yeah? Back in the day, he'd have drilled the centre out of a 10p piece for a penny washer, but he wanted to go through the process, have a little play around with the app. You can see Alistair there as well. We'll be putting him under pressure in a few moments' time. OK, so, yeah, great. It just worked again, didn't it? We couldn't believe it, and I think even Alistair was a little bit nervous, wasn't he? Sort of suggesting that we're going to do it in front of him, and we put that process into play, and again, just worked, didn't it?
Did work, yeah. And
And
we think this could be a game changer for people out there. Obviously, everyone is always under time pressure. We always complain about, you know, productivity and things like that, getting more out of things. And yeah, I think this app solves a lot of it, actually. So we'll best bring in the guests behind it. So we have got Alistair McAuley, founder and CEO of TradeKart. Very good, very good.
Over there, so
yes.
Rick has to sit here because he gets. This is the mugged off.
Get mugged off.
So,
with new top.
He's in the naughty
absolutely.
corner again.
It doesn't take much to swing a bit of loyalty his way. It's the first time ever anyone's brought a top that actually Rick can get in. They're usually massive, aren't they, Rick? And they sort of float
It is
around
massive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not a good start, is it? No. And I weren't going to mug you off tonight. And how long have you been in that seat? 14 seconds?
Yeah. I mean, you've gone for a big size medium, like.
We'll come back to you while you think about yourself to tell the audience. Okay, so first of all, Alistair, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks for having me.
You don't know who TradeKart is and who you are. So in
Yep.
60 seconds,
In 60
summarise everything you've done in your life from birth.
Wow. Okay. 60 seconds. So, Alistair McAuley, fellow northerner from Preston, living down south now. Originally worked in a family merchanting business, which was on the painting side. I'm sure we'll have lots of paint gags fired at me throughout the show, but very much grown up within the paint side of the business. A Liverpool fan on the back of the paint side, because obviously back in the 80s, Crown Paint sponsored Liverpool. We then sold our family business and went to work for Dulux. And now here we are with the TradeKart badge on, decided leave the corporate world behind and go out and do my own thing. So living down south, 2 great girls, lovely wife, happy, and great to be back up north where it's pouring outside again.
It is. Now, people would like a little bit of a whiff, whether you've got any electrical background, because in a few moments they're going to be betting on your time so they can ring Jenny on the burner phone. So, electrical background then.
How long is my nose going to go when I talk through my electrical background? I can wire a plug.
Well, okay, we'll leave it at that because we've got somebody. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm not so bad. How are
You've
you?
got 30 seconds to tell everyone about yourself.
Former eFIXX employee.
Yeah.
Now TradeKart ambassador.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, because you.
With a free discount code.
Oh, free discount code. Now, you've just seen there, Rick. Okay, so maybe you're thinking there's going to be a link in that description, and maybe I want to try it out. So we're going to allow you for your first one to have it free. So you can go on there and get your free delivery. All you got to put is the word eFIXX in there. So it's on the board there. So we've got a lovely picture of Alistair there. It's amazing how everyone's cartoon picture looks great apart from my one. I end up looking like a fat Tintin on my one. So there we go. So if you want to try it out for free, and we recommend you stay on and work it out, and it goes all the way to the 31st of August, folks. So we're not saying it's going to be in the next 5 days. You've got a nice, long, chunky time. So thank you very much for giving that to our audience, and hopefully they'll be diving in there and doing it. You've had 2 orders and you didn't get a free one, did you?
No, actually I did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
The last one we got a help out with.
A help out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you very much for that.
Pleasure.
Right, but unfortunately, people are now thinking about the race war. Okay, Gordon. Yeah.
Yes, it is time to get your times in. And how fast do you think that Alistair completed the Electricians challenge in? Everyone knows the deal. It's really easy tonight. You just need to put the time in the comments in minutes and seconds, if you can do, please. We don't think it's going to be over a day, but we did start it this morning.
Come on.
Yes. But it's get those times in.
I would suggest
there's all early ones in. People know what's coming up here.
So I'd suggest, because he's a painting and decorating, the last part of the task you were all over that. At the end, I mean, the floors never looked so immaculate. You were sweeping behind electricians, behind carpenters, plasterers, anyone you could. The plumbing trade, okay, you're connected to, but painting. Okay? Painting's that last one in the trade.
Exactly. Sweeping up after everybody else. Toilets.
And then you've got painting. Okay.
Sweeping up after everybody else. The plasterers, the electricians, the plumbers, the painters come in, they make the place look good.
Yeah.
And sweep up the mess.
They almost have to sweep up, don't they, to get on with the job?
Yeah, because they can't have it done afterwards. Start splattering the wall with one colour only magnolia. Yeah, you're in a job. Now, we're going to work out, first of all, whether you used our house tools. That means we go over to Joseph Hammond to find out whether you were Klein or DeKlein.
So it's that time of the show when we dive into the Electricians Challenge, and you've probably already guessed what trade our guest is, but if you haven't, I don't want to give too much away.
Well, it's to do with very smooth strokes.
Yeah.
Okay, some fine bristle.
Absolutely.
And a bit of kit that isn't necessarily used to being in the palm of my hand, but it is the painting.
Absolutely.
Profession.
So what everyone out there wants to know, Alistair.
Yes.
With your leftover anaglypta, did you used to back your books?
It was a bit lumpy, the anaglypta. I went more for a super fresco. It had a softer feel to it.
Okay, brilliant stuff. And the Klein or DeKlein, what did you do?
It's got to be Klein. This is my new favourite tool.
Yeah.
It took me a while out to use it, and I think I could still become a lot better, but I don't even actually know what it's called. What is it called?
It's called an auto stripper, which is going to be good because we're now going to have to reorder one because once Alistair was finished with it, he then dunked it into a jam jar of white spirit. So that's going to have to be replaced. But well done, great times. So let's see how you got on.
Up the Klein tools.
The quote there off camera was, I'm genuinely impressed with that tool, because as a painter, you're very limited, aren't you? It's a quarter, it's a half, it's a 1-inch brush, and then we get maybe into rollers, okay? Gloss roller, shag roller, okay? It's not a great, you don't ever see on social media, do you, unzipping the painter and decorator's rucksack and just showing a selection of brushes and rollers, and everyone's like, oh, I've got a bit of tool envy, do you? Okay, we're in the electrical industry, we're incredibly proud of our tools, and we're proud of our sponsor, Klein, for supporting us there on the race wall. But we're all about the race wall now. We're not going to allow any more time. You don't know how fast you've done it. Okay? Sit back, folks. Get yourself a cup of tea. We're going in. There we go then. So we don't know which one of your runs was the quickest, but we get to see the first one. So we're off and running. You're a big tall gentleman, so I'd imagine the white thing there will be only used as a seat.
Should have sat down.
Yeah, should have sat down. That's some bend.
Using the screwdriver properly?
Well, a bit of both. Bit of handle and shaft. Nothing wrong with that. One on the handle, one on the shaft.
Right.
Okay, so going in for the cables. Now, was the demonstration any good? I had a whiff that the demonstration had incorrect cable connections.
Hidden camera.
And dropped. Yeah, we've got them everywhere.
Oh, yeah, they're all over this.
That's the Gurney cam. So if you pull a stupid face, we will get that on your... what is it called they get at the end of this? Top Trump's card, yeah. You are a big unit bending awkwardly.
What's going on here?
Look
at that.
Well, great editing. Great editing, I would suggest. Yeah, there is. We're already in the top hole, so yeah, well done, Joe. Making you look good here, Alistair. Okay, so we're into the top. We're into our Lewden consumer unit. Thank you very much for Lewden supporting this.
Here we go.
Few matte
That's the automatic strip.
Here we go. Bang.
My Klein favourite.
Bang. Look at this. God, you're like a pro with those in your hand. I did notice something, and everyone's going to say, if Gary's got to mention it, if my lounge carpet, where the sort of area where we walk backwards and forwards to the TV in the old days to put the Betamax videos in, a lot of traffic on that bit of carpet, it would be a little bit threadbare. I would suggest your hair has a whiff of the fact that we will walk into the Betamax recorder in order to see it. It's a little bit thin. Now, I'm not suggesting...
It's by the fire in our house,
the
Gary.
pressure of wiring.
It's
the pressure of wiring a fuse box.
You have mentioned a trip to Turkey, so I'm ahead of the game.
All donations gratefully received.
Well,
look at the concentration there.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Saves us stripping it when we put it into Greencable. So this is not... That was a big jump cut there. I would suggest we've had a bit of long edit there. You do like them though, don't you? You did make that look good. So you've got to put a fly lead in. Hopefully you remember to do that. You're going to do that. Yeah. No electrical background allegedly, and I think the demo was a bit average. Joe Jr. did it this while. Wired the socket up wrong and he didn't get it up the tune. It's not the greatest demonstration in the world.
10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, so that's good. Right, okay. We're all hoping we don't...
The first person to do this, actually sort of bending over.
Horizontal. Yeah, okay. Is this a usual? Is this what painters would do when doing skirting boards? That would wreck your back, I would suggest. That is a very tiny fly lead. Yeah, this is going to be a bit tough. Is that an Apple Watch? Is it one of those you've got there?
Yeah.
Is it keep up with your fitness?
It's give my steps.
Yeah.
Just works.
I would suggest, today it will say what happened to you. This was an overactive day for you.
Look at the hair. Come on.
No, were there any?
I never get to see that.
Oh, you're right.
Only person to do it with a swimming cap on. So, the guns look good. Did you do a little bit of the gym? Did you work out a little bit?
Sadly not. No, lifting paint cans.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sweeping up. I'd imagine it's a vigorous exercise. Okay, so we've got to get the cables in the back of this box. It don't look too bad.
This is where it goes wrong.
Oh, does it? Good.
Yeah, this is fidgety.
Is it really? No, it's good.
My sausage fingers just can't handle this.
Listening to the conversation.
Got some wrist action, don't you? I tell you, if you don't go to the gym, I'd be quite proud of those arms. That's got and a forearm. Look at your forearms. Play any golf?
Badly.
Yeah, there you go. It's that golf.
Oh, here we go. Look.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Two screws.
Did we get one poking out? Oh no, he's I reckon there was a flappy one hanging outside there. We've gone with
definitely were.
Here we go then. So we're going to turn it on. We're using the handle, which is a novelty. We dropped the screw.
Drop the screw.
There we go. We nearly had a full
Builder's
BJ.
bum.
No, we nearly had a BJ there. That's when your bottom comes out. It's called a BJ.
Stop the
okay,
clock.
Here we go. Yes, that was all right. I don't think that was too bad. Gordon?
Come on.
That looked all right.
I want.
Sub, go on, tell us.
I know you got two boards. You've told me that one has got the professionals on. I don't think I'm going to make the grade for that, but I'd be happy to be top of the second. So
top of the second. So
no, bottom of the second. Whoa, bottom of the second.
6. Okay, let's have a little look.
For ladders round here now.
So we might need a ladder.
Hashtag.
Yeah, he's at the top.
Hashtag.
So, there you go. So, yeah, we might have some good news for you, Gordon. We don't know yet the time. We got some good news, Gordon?
Oh, he's looking at the
some
wrong
good news?
board. I know what you're doing to me. I know Look what you could have won.
Look, it is. Look what you could have won. It is. Look what you now. And a few months ago, you would have been on there. That was a few months ago. Unfortunately, now actually,
we're looking up or looking
down.
down?
I'm going to have to adjust.
Does it start with a 5?
It does start with a 5.
Wow, that is from where you were to where you ended. That's good. The lower you get here, the better. Has he got an L-cock out of the way? Yes, he has.
Yeah.
From painter to Sparky in one day.
Yeah. Oh.
1 hour. Or 5 minutes.
I just suggest everyone we moved also is not a Sparky.
There's a lot of electrical people in there. 5 minutes. 42.
Is there any electricians in that?
Come on. Yes.
Shahid Khan, is he in there? I can't see Shahid. That's usually the one because he was the only person to do it with the screws in his mouth. Okay.
No.
Were you pleased with that, Alistair?
I'm genuinely pleased with that.
Yeah, with the
I have
limited
never, as I said, I've wired a plug, maybe got the colours the wrong way round, but to wire a fuse box, yeah, I'm cool. I may not go home and immediately wire a fuse box. I'm not sure you'd recommend that, but yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with that.
You could give it a coat of gloss though if it looked a bit old, couldn't you? You could do that, couldn't you? Freshen it up with a bit of gloss. Let's play Greencable.
Yeah, unfortunately.
here we go.
There you go. Oh, look at that. Like a natural there, sweeping up. That is.
So much better.
Habitat.
I am so much better at sweeping up.
Cat-like leaped across to get the rest of it and in there for our expense. So thank you very much to Greencable for supporting us. And again, if you want to get involved with Greencable, the link is in the description. If you're yet to have it, they are expanding all the time. So please keep putting your things in there. We'll email you when they hit your area. Now, hitting your area seems to lead us nicely into an app. Now, I am the biggest cynic of apps in Team eFIXX. You're not, and that's probably why you're sitting here. You love an app. You love an app.
I do.
Yeah, okay. So, give us a bit of background. How did we get to where we are today, and where did we start?
So, TradeKart, the idea came probably a similar time to you guys. When eFIXX was born, COVID changed the world in many ways. And, I was sat in the ivory towers of Dulux and, in a nice corporate role, selling lots of paint, definitely not wiring fuse boxes, and just realised that construction needs to change. We could get everything through our phones, we could get films, shopping, fashion, everything you need as a consumer is available through your phone, and that was really apparent during COVID. But in construction, which stayed open throughout the whole of COVID, tradespeople would be on site, they'd run out of materials, they'd get in the van, they'll lose the parking spot, they'd drive to the store, still not sure whether the part's going to be there, rock up, get it, go back to site and carry on, and generally would lose at least an hour doing that. So I just thought, well, why can't we build a Deliveroo for construction, I
just told it there. So that's the thought for you lot there. Let's be honest now in the comments. Are you the sort of person that if you forgot something, you're likely to jump back in that van or send somebody in the team? And then we're going to work out as we go through this the cost of that. And then obviously the person going, especially if you're perhaps more of a business owner, there's no incentive. And this is not from personal experience. I've got a friend who used to be an electrician, and there is no incentive for that person to race to the wholesaler, not get a beverage, not have a little bit of a laugh, and then race back just because there are 2 circuit breakers and a blank missing. Obviously, you're going to perhaps, my friend, when he was an electrician before he became a teacher, sounds familiar. But he wouldn't be in a rush to come back because, Marcus. Marcus. We'll call this fantasy guy Marcus. But you wouldn't be in a rush to come back. But from a business point of view, whether it's your time or somebody else's, it's incredibly valuable. Yeah. Could you give me a sort of a figure you think it could cost someone?
So when we built it, we thought about it and we interviewed loads of tradespeople, and on average, a tradesperson would lose 3 hours a week from collecting materials.
Could that count the morning as well? Because obviously
it could be the morning. Yeah, absolutely. It could be the morning, but it's still a detour via the store. In the big cities, it could be a lot more than that. And for plumbers and electricians, I think specifically because they're never quite sure what they're going to need until they get to a job, and they, lift the lid of a boiler or sockets, whatever it may be. So, but based on 3 hours a week and 2 million tradespeople, there's roughly 300 million hours a year lost within construction by tradespeople collecting materials.
Soak up that moment.
Come on.
300 million hours.
Yeah.
That someone's paid for because you're in employment, whether it be you're self-employed or you're being employed with somebody, are being eaten up by journeys to and from maybe a wholesaler or a merchant.
Yep.
That is a lot of time. However, there is a culture, isn't there, to go to the wholesalers until you perhaps get a bit of a problem. So maybe if we start at the day problem and we'll address the morning problem, which is sometimes a ritual for electricians.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, my background is merchanting. I grew up in a family merchant, and merchants need to become relevant to the next generation of tradespeople who will do everything through their phones. Their first port of call is not going to be to get in a van and drive to store. So, when they're stuck on site, the vision for TradeKart is really, no matter where you are, you can get whatever you need, and that may be a product or a service at the touch of a button. And you get live stock, you get live pricing, you know where the product is, and it's just like ordering an Uber. You can see the product come to you, and our aim is to deliver that within as little as 30 minutes nationwide.
Now, we did that, and I think it's probably...
Unbeknown to me.
No, we did this one today, but we did do one. Now, I apologise, I got the time wrong here, because somebody on the couch told me the wrong time that we started. So when I did the quick arithmetic with the young lady that I talked to in the video, she had limited time, she wanted to get to the next one. So I apologise, I was out by about 9 minutes in this one, but let's play it. We just had an incredible experience. Me and Rick have just nipped up to get one item from Toolstation, but we ordered some stuff on TradeKart, and you beat us into there to do our delivery, didn't you?
I was quite close by, but yeah, as soon as I got the order, I clicked confirm, and then it told me to go to Toolstation. So,
what do you normally do for a living, Sarah?
This is what I do. I do bits and bobs. I do some gardening, but it's mostly fast food delivery. This is actually the first time I've delivered package.
Okay, so you went to Toolstation like you would pick up a pizza just to drop it off for somebody else. You don't do people, you just do objects in your delivery.
Just objects, yeah, usually McDonald's.
Okay, which this wasn't, unfortunately. You can tell Rick's not in shot. He'd be here with his hand in there for the chips.
It doesn't make the car smell as much. So.
No, and first time you've done it, first time we've done it, and I think you delivered this in about 34 minutes from actually positioning the order. Us driving up to there, we caught you in there and you got back. We wouldn't take the box off you, so that's an incredible service. So thank you for that.
Well,
Cheers, Sarah.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant, actually. You said you were interviewing the person doing the deliveries. I thought, oh, no, there's going to be a legal letter coming here at some point. But she's absolutely brilliant for someone who just, a random guy in a red T-shirt shoves a microphone in your face and starts asking you questions. Yes, I think do a better job presenting than you, Gary. But interesting that, so you're basically using a similar model to what Uber do. And I'd like to say we're probably the Amazon generation, should we say. So we were used to, you buy stuff online and you're pretty much sure it's getting it next day. And I know, like my kids, when they were away from home, they suddenly said, oh yeah, I've just ordered in a Greggs to be delivered, which for me was like an alien concept. But that age group now...
Everything.
Yeah, and as she said in there, most of the work is delivering McDonald's.
Yeah. And I figured, if you can deliver a pizza within 15 to 20 minutes, then why can't we deliver a tin of paint or a fuse box or some plumbing parts to tradespeople who are on the clock? The time is money. Consumers, less so. You're sat on your sofa and you're waiting for your pizza while you're watching your film. So, we do treat it like hot food.
Yeah, and I just want the audience not to panic. It's not unique to Toolstation before you start going in the comments. We'll come back to major wholesalers in a few moments. But it was great, wasn't it? But from her point of view, we stood in that wholesaler hoping she was the next one in, weren't we, Rick?
Yeah.
And
so, I mean, we'd gone down there. We wanted to test out the app, see how it would go, see what actually happened. But we wanted to find out if we could deliver a 3 metre length of copper.
Yeah, and we'll come back to... We'll come back to so when we were in there, I spoke to the guy behind the counter and said about why we were there, because they looked at us like we were aliens when we were there. Yeah. And he was like, nah, no. And again, in your defence, in reversing him, it'll be a positive. He went, no, I don't know who they are. She walked in and did that transaction, and he still wouldn't have known who she were. If it wasn't for us, she'd just come in and picked up a parcel. Richard G. We laughed and went, some sort of rap artist he was, Richard G. So she picked the box and we stopped her, and it was like the guy behind the counter wouldn't have known. So as far as he was concerned, somebody was just coming to pick up a parcel with that name on it, which is no different to somebody picking up a McDonald's, is it?
It shouldn't be. No, it shouldn't be.
No.
And that's, it's it's taken a while to get to that point, but it is amazing. When you first told me, when I arrived, that you've tried it out, of course, the fear of God hits. I think, oh my God, this could go pretty bad. And we're in Skipton. We launched in High Wycombe, and we launched under the radar. We got a bunch of tradespeople together in the local pub, always wins, put the barbecue on, another winner, and we took them through the idea. And those tradespeople are now what we call our Founders Club. So it's really built by the trade. The trade have invested in the business. And then we moved into London. And obviously in London, there's loads of drivers and people are used to that convenience shopping.
Because you said to me off camera that you started off with a couple of vans because there's no way Uber are going to start talking to you with an idea. You had to do proof of concept. Was the proof of concept in High Wycombe with those people?
So the proof of concept was, and we got 2 bright pink vans, again, very non-construction. There we go.
There we go. You've got some weight.
Bald. I mean.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
That's the pressure of business, isn't it?
Yeah.
1972, that.
Yeah, fantastic.
But that was actually me doing our very first delivery. And it was an amazing moment because, of course, the tradesperson downloads the app, they go onto the app, they find the product, that then connects them to the local merchant, the order goes through to the local merchant, they accept it, and when they accept it, that then goes through to the local driver accepts it, goes and collects it and delivers it. So there's a lot of parts to connect. And that was a really genuine delivery when we delivered that, and that was, January 22. And it was such an amazing moment when that all came together, and it was really valuable owning those 2 vans because we learned the hard way about all the things that can go wrong. Because when you deliver to a construction site, you're not passing somebody a pizza at the front door. There may be 100 operatives on the construction site, and you need to find the one who's placed that order. And it could be Battersea Power Station. So learning the hard way by having those 2 vans has really been invaluable for us, and we did that for pretty much 18 months to 2 years before we then started speaking to the likes of Uber.
Yeah, and you're scaling up now, so you'd obviously want some feedback from the electrical audience. So hopefully they're putting questions in about things that maybe they'd need and the things that they get stuck with. I think if you've run out of 75 lengths of steel conduit, that's a mistake on your behalf that maybe somebody in a car can't solve.
But we can do it.
Yeah, you can do it, and we'll come back to the bigger stuff as we move and level this up. But the first thing that the wholesaler's going to think is probably the same as when we had Just Eat come out. It sounded like Just Eat were going to take all their customers away from the restaurants. Explain why that's not the case.
So and you're dead right. So when Deliveroo launched, the restaurants were thinking, well, hold on, am I happy giving these my customers to an app that's going to take them away from me? And during COVID, Deliveroo was the saviour for many restaurants because they could deliver to people's homes when they couldn't go into restaurants and eat. And we now talk to merchants. We did get laughed at 3 years ago when we said Uber are going to start delivering trade materials. Genuinely, people just did not believe it would happen. And now we bring the merchants with us, and when we go and talk to the merchants and we say we're an additional sales arm and we can bring you new customers and we can help you access the next generation of tradespeople. And 60% roughly of our customers are under 35, whereas in a traditional merchant, probably 60% of their customers are over 50. So there's a big shift to be made, and I really want us to be seen as a partner of the merchants where we work alongside them and help them grow their business. We can't survive without merchants. We don't do anything direct, and that's an absolute golden rule for us. We are only as good as the local merchants can operate.
SME and Gordon own Oldfield Electrical. We've got 5 other wholesalers under the umbrella. We're a little bit... We'll listen to an idea when we go in if we're Oldfields.
Yeah.
So remember, I'm Matty boy, you're Andy boy.
All right, okay.
Andy boy, So you've come in. What's in it for us? Because that's what most wholesalers say. They'll probably mention the word rebate, but okay, what's in it for us, and how does it benefit our electricians? Because I'm going to be like, effectively, Deliveroo. I'm going to be a little bit worried that you're going to be all of a sudden setting up your own electrical wholesaler.
Yeah. So for the merchant, we act on their behalf. So when an electrician, whether they're a current customer or not, buys on the TradeKart app, no matter whether they do or they don't, they will become a customer of that merchant. So they'll get new customers through the TradeKart app. They'll also have lots of customers who are currently buying from Amazon and competition, but they won't know that. And these are customers who can't make it into store. And so this gives them a tool to be able to access those customers and offer them a facility to be able to service them.
And who's delivering the item out then? If I go through the app, TradeKart app, and it ends up, and we're going to talk about where it can end up. Let's say Oldfields, where you've taken us on, it goes through there. Who's going to deliver it out? Is Oldfields going to be lumping it out to me?
So you go on the app, you place your order goes through to the merchant, and nationally now we've got roughly around about 165,000 drivers plugged into the app, and they are Uber drivers, Gopher, City Sprint, any courier that's got the capability of carrying trade products will turn up. We actually, and the merchant won't know, but it will be somebody who we believe is competent in delivering those trade materials brilliantly to the tradesperson.
And the lovely Sarah. She turns up
lovely
every
Sarah.
time. That's what
She
we
was
want.
amazing.
And that was the first time she'd ever used it.
Yeah.
And I think it was great for her because obviously she's saying she's delivering food and stuff like that. And most people, apart from Rick, will only eat at lunchtime and sort of fixed times of the day, really. So it sort of gives anyone on their gig economy, it's like another gamut of things you can fill your day with.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, today it's the first time you guys have used it. It's the first time Sarah has ever delivered a TradeKart parcel. Well, non-food, full stop. And it's the first time that merchant has ever received a TradeKart order. Yeah. So connecting those three firsts and it to be delivered in whatever it was...
24 minutes.
24 minutes. Yeah. Compared to where I was holding those 2 tins of paint up 2.5 years ago, that's a brilliant feeling that we're able to do that now.
She actually beat us to it.
Yeah.
So we actually went for an item,
hoping to bump into them. Yeah.
But we didn't mess about here. Yeah. So we'll order it on here, and then we'll shoot off and we'll go get some bits ourselves.
Because we want to get back to record the person
turning up.
Yeah. And she beat us to it. So we're in a point now where we could be using somebody from, Uber will be turning up with the product. So it stops, doesn't it, the begging conversation with the wholesaler. It's 4:30 at night, you're 2 MCB short, you ring up and you say, it's dark, it's an October evening, anyone in the stores can come out and do this for me. It's just a system gone. So you've actually added some value to us at Oldfields by having a service we never had before, which is almost that 30-minute stroke, maximum 2 hours delivery time point from order.
Yeah, and for the likes of Oldfields and any merchant, we also have a product called Delivered by TradeKart, which means they can now tap into our fleet of vehicles to do their own deliveries. So again, 165,000 drivers available to pretty much every merchant across the UK. They go and book a platform, book a collection and a delivery on the platform, and we can deliver on their behalf within as little as 30 minutes, which is pretty cool because it means, cost of running a van these days is probably 55,000 pounds a year.
Yeah.
Can you name me a large electrical wholesaler you're working with, just so people don't think you're just in tool stations?
So we're not doing so we've got a brilliant relationship with Yes Electrical. They've been really supportive of what we've been doing. Again, it's evolving over time. So they've launched a product called Yes Rapid, which is them plugging into our platform for their own deliveries, which means any Yes branch across the UK now can deliver in as little as 30 minutes or whenever the electrician chooses.
But that's you.
Exactly.
You're the Rapid.
Yeah. So we are the Rapid. Wow. So that's powered by TradeKart. So it's about the nationals, but also, independents are close to my heart as well. That's my background, and it's really about empowering local independents to do what they do brilliantly to the next generation of tradespeople.
And there's some interesting comments coming through. People say, it'd be good if you took work from Amazon. But it's actually, Amazon is only successful because they offer great service, really. It's that next day availability. But what you're doing is actually enabling someone in the local area to offer great service.
And Amazon cut the middleman out. So eventually Amazon get the data, and then bang goes the local independent, and they take that business direct, hence the big warehouses. We've got zero intention of having big warehouses. We probably now offer the biggest range of trade materials across the UK, but we actually don't own any stock. And we deliver via probably the biggest trade fleet across the UK, but we actually don't own any vehicles. So we're so reliant on everybody else to do a brilliant job for us to be brilliant.
Okay, can you just send that on a PDF to us? Those things that you've got all as unique things. I think there's a rival coming here, as there always is when you come up with a great idea. And this is why we were just totally won over by it because of the ease. Now, if you say that somebody out there in the wild is going to go to wherever I need the item from and bring it to me, and I was going to set out from the installation I'm at, whether it be domestic, commercial, industrial, and take that time, let's say it's 45 minutes, let's be honest, folks, that's £35 to £50 for an hour, maybe for an electrician, depending on whether you've got a van and other overheads. Is it going to cost me 50 quid to get 2 circuits?
So we are a flat fiver, okay?
Sorry,
So
I didn't quite...
£5. Okay, plus VAT. So 6.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, sorry, I apologise. But you're still 44 quid better off.
Most people can get the VAT back.
Most people can get the VAT back. So, and that's generally for everything that will fit on a bike or in a car or in a small van. So then we have the larger items, okay, and we can deliver up to 1 ton. So a pallet of paint or a heat pump boiler, and we charge an extra 20 quid premium for that, which, you know, feels quite harsh, but to get those vehicles is pretty tough, and to get the drivers to deliver those products, you know, for 20 quid, so 25 quid all in to get a heat pump boiler or a, I'm trying to think of a big electrical item, a 3 metre length of conduit.
Yeah.
It's probably more, because I'm just thinking, if you got on site and twigged you've missed out the heat pump, you're probably not the greatest person in the world in the first place. But conduit being a good example because of its length.
Yeah, so conduit, copper pipe, those type of products are a headache for anyone to transport. Right. So there is a small premium for those, but it does mean that the tradespeople don't have to leave site.
So a fiver. So I'd buy the 2 MCBs in the blank, and it's a fiver to get to me.
Yeah.
That is, it's just, what was your thinking?
On the smaller items, yeah, it's spot on, yeah.
But they're the sort of things
I needed it today.
Yeah.
We needed some extra bits. I wanted to carry on doing what I were doing. Quickly ordered some bits. And obviously carried on where I were. Me and Hammond had a bit of a tussle because he'd ordered some bits.
Well, he always does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But you've already downloaded the app and you can see value in your little cash on the side business that you're running, can't you?
When I'm helping friends
Allegedly.
out,
Helping friends
Sorry,
out.
helping friends.
He's downloaded the app and he's got the hoodie. He's living the brand.
He's living the brandy dream there. It's
repping it.
Yeah,
repping it.
Repping it.
I'm down with kids, I've got an app.
TradeKart's next top model.
So again, get those comments and get your thoughts in.
There's loads of comments.
Yeah, it should be, because this is great.
Yeah, there's loads, and you've answered some of them. People are, there's little numbers popping up next to people in the chat. That's a feature that we switched on YouTube a couple of weeks ago. If you want to be ranked number 1, 2 or 3 in the comments, you have to keep the comments coming in.
Okay.
And you end up in the league table. So I can
Is
tell you.
there a way of bypassing that and getting more up?
There is.
Well, what's that then, Gordon?
There is. Well, you can send us a super chat.
What's a super chat?
Well,
Gordon?
super chat. No, we never get super chats.
No, we don't.
Apart from the nice guy from New Zealand who sent us one on a video a few weeks ago.
And what did we use the money for?
I obviously I clocked that before anyone else did, and I went and had a pint of Hawkston lager.
So you were
some say it's really good. So there we go. So you can shortcut your way on there, but keep the chats coming in, and you could be ranked number 1, 2 or 3. So just
we've got a leaderboard at the minute. So talking of leaderboards, let's just have a quick word with Joe. He's over there. He's looking half asleep. Get your hat on. So you're going over there. Look, he ain't got the microphone. He was properly relaxed. I'll do a quick impression on here to listen to the show. Hello, Joe. How are you?
Having a listen, one. I'm good, thank you, Gary.
All right. So later on, just give a tease without saying what it is. I mentioned leaderboard there. Are we going to have a little league board in the future?
You mentioned Leaderboard, and it's a leaderboard that I schooled you on last year. So if anyone was I don't know if we mentioned that in a live stream, but me and Guy were in a league, and I beat him by about 500 points. Ooh. Football being the league, and we'll hear more about it later.
Right. I'm not going to talk anymore now.
But anyway, top fans at the minute. Someone in the Hayes household.
Your wife is
number 1 in the chat at the moment.
Get in there,
followed by Ollie, followed by Dave Frizzell, followed by Roy Horn, Sean Dempsey slipping down there. TradeKart, Steve Skillen. We've got some photographs of you coming up later on in that trip to Ireland. So stay tuned for that one. Yeah. Did he make it to the end of the night? We didn't, but...
Well, what's this? Whoa. No one's told me about this in the notes. What's this about Ireland?
Yeah, we've got to go. We've pulled together the stuff. So, There we go.
What I did. You didn't come and save me this time because you got benched.
I was busy. I was busy,
You got
weren't I?
benched.
No, it was
You laid in bed, didn't you, last night? So, yeah.
My son's...
We've got some people who are on Liberato's on from last year's trip. He's in there, but he's down at number 16 in the comments, so he's going to need to come through with some there.
Great fun. Steve Skillen was brilliant on the trip, by the way. Very educated man, very nice gentleman. Pleasure to spend some time with him.
Yeah. So a few questions people are coming in. How do you control quality if you're relying on, obviously you're plugging into the Uber and things like that?
So that was one of the big fears when we first set out, and merchants like, oh God, is it going to be good quality? Well, I mean, these drivers, this is their living. They're paid to drive. Now, of course, things can go wrong, and the quality of a good business is determined about how you put those things right. So, you know, we have paint spillages, we have accidents happen, but I would say 97% of our deliveries get there on time in full. And for the merchant, we take full responsibility for any goods in transit. So if they're damaged or if they're lost or whatever may happen to them, we'll ensure that we replace those or we get them to the customer. So I think we probably do as good a job as we possibly can to make sure the goods are delivered on time. And I've had, you know, I'm sure we've all had food delivered by Just Eat or Deliveroo where your pizza's upside down or whatever it may. It can happen. And it's for us to work really closely with these courier partners, and we've got a brilliant relationship with them now where, you know, they want to work with us and ensure that the customer gets what they need delivered brilliantly.
And again, depending on when you jumped in, just to remind you, if it brings the screen up for you, if you look in the link in the description and you use the code eFIXX, you get free delivery on your first order up until the 31st of August. You've got loads of times to try it out. Obviously, that would be a great thing. We'd love your feedback as well. We're back in 2 weeks, so that would be a great time to feedback on that as well.
And I genuinely, you know, we've given the code, you know, and it's not a big sales pitch. I'm actually selling to get feedback because I'm really passionate that the product is built by the tradespeople, and we're only going to get better if genuine tradespeople give us really genuine feedback. So rather than having a disastrous first time and deleting the app, tell us what's not worked, and we'll really work to try and fix it. So for anybody who's, you know, in the audience there who wants to give it a go, just give it a go. It's free delivery. It's not going to cost you any more than going to store. Hopefully it will save them an hour. And, you know, if they're kind enough to, you know, my details will be there, you know, come back to us and just give us the feedback, good, bad or indifferent. It will really help.
Talking of bad feedback, tell us the story of the bike and the paint, because that was quite a funny story.
Yeah, so, and this was very recent. This was like 3 weeks ago. And an Uber driver decided to carry a tin of paint on its side in the box that they have on the back of the bike. Little did the Uber driver know that the lid came off that paint and he left a lovely stream of paint all the way down this road. Little did the car driver behind him know that he was driving through it. So, of course, splashed every parked car along this road. So, bit of a nightmare when we get this phone call. We got the pictures. It wasn't pretty. It was like a scene from Pulp Fiction, but white. Magnolia, actually, I think it was. Of course it was. I know you got a poncho for Magnolia. And, but, you know, as I say, we take full responsibility for the goods. And in fairness to Uber, they sent out a steam cleaning squad overnight to clean all of the cars, the sides of the cars and the road. And you literally couldn't tell there'd been that issue, and it was a mess. You know, it really was a mess, and that, you know, turning a 1-star into a 5-star is a mantra within the business. It's brilliant to get the 5-star feedback, but actually how we deal with a 1-star is what sets us apart. And that was just that could have been a disaster, and if we'd have got that wrong, it really could have damaged, you know, the future potential of the business. So credit to the team, credit to Uber.
But did the customer get his paint?
We redelivered it. So obviously he wasn't going to be happy with the tin without the paint in. But we redelivered it, and Shem, who works in the team, made sure some of the houses there got flowers delivered, and he really went the extra mile. So it was cool. Yeah. It's really good.
Now, bear in mind, your own employee could make that similar mistake.
Of course.
It's, you know.
And I had, in Dulux, you know, I had agency drivers, you know, and you hire an agency driver and they treat your van like a go-kart and they go off and deliver and spill stuff everywhere. So it's fact to life.
Fastest van in town, that.
Yeah, my one. And your van. Yeah, I replaced 3 of the plastic boxes. He took it out one time and I drove it home afterwards, and it was like everything sounded like it had come loose in the back of the van. It shattered 3 of the boxes driving it like it was...
It needed to get some rubber matting, that's what it was. You know, they were just just...
We're testing it to see what could be improved.
It's limits.
Yeah.
Testing its
It's
limits.
interesting because someone's clearly had the same paint disaster at the bottom end of town in
Yeah, they
Skipton.
have.
There's a big pot where someone spilt some paint on the ground, and there's like new white lines all over town where someone's driven through it. So it is Magnolia as well, Gary. You'll be pleased to know. So.
You said you got 80% of the UK covered, so just give us a
So
bit
yes,
you haven't got covered, maybe.
yes, we launched obviously High Wycombe, as I said. We then moved into London, and gradually builders merchants came on, and then we ventured into plumbing. So we got the likes of City Plumbing on board. We got lots of great independents, MP Moran's, Lord's Builders Merchant, and then we launched with Toolstation earlier this year. So we went live with about 463 stores, I think, in one day.
But
which
they've
was
already got a delivery service anyhow.
no, so they didn't have a delivery service at all.
Is that yours as well?
Yeah, so
wow.
so we'll come on to so then with that gave us national coverage, which was brilliant. So we've now got 80% of the UK covered, the Highlands of Scotland, the Highlands of Wales, and Cornwall, East Anglia are still a bit of a challenge to us. Right. That's when we need the drones to come in, and hopefully they'll cover off those parts. But yeah, so then Toolstation, we built a brilliant relationship with those guys, and they've now launched Toolstation Fast Track, which is built into their app, which is, it's delivered by TradeKart. So, and we're not precious, whether the customer orders on the TradeKart app or the Toolstation app, we're still handling the delivery, which is fantastic. The customer still gets what they need.
How many deliveries a day, or a week, or a month, or a
So
year?
we're doing, we're doing 500-600, depending on the day, depending on the time it's growing. I mean, as a business, we probably don't share this, but as a business, fine, but what's cool is, we're operating in the world of construction, which is generally flat. Everybody's like, oh God, life's tough, and life is tough for us, but we're growing. So every quarter at the moment, we're doubling in size. Yeah, which is a phenomenal team to work in, because everybody's buzzing. It comes with the growing pains, because we're not quite sure if you're going to get your parts in Skipton, because we've never delivered in Skipton before.
And it reminds me of EV Block. So when Trevor was in with us, early business, new developing a product and that, and he said to me on the phone, I'm doubling every month, and now he's in Australia and America. Have you got plans to go global?
So, yeah, again, we'll, and this is the first, so we're going to go live, we're going to trial in the US. Now, many boy bands have failed, but we've ignored that. We're going to go for it. I'm feeling pretty confident about it, but we've still got to get a lot right. We've still got to learn, but we're going to launch a trial in Chicago at the back end of September, which is really cool. We've got a small team out there. We've got some brilliant merchants lined up. We've got a really nice group of tradespeople who are going to start with us, so they're going to be our Founders Club of the US and come with us on the journey. So we'll go live back end of September. We've given ourselves 6 months to listen, to learn, to get as much wrong as we possibly can. And then hopefully we'll have a model that we can start to push out in the US, which is really exciting. But I don't want it to, we've still got a lot more to do in the UK, particularly in the world of electrical.
Rick looks American. If you don't talk, he looks American. He's got the beard.
With the hoodie as well.
Thick set.
Could be off that
dark
programme back in the past, wouldn't it?
So you could be their Windy City boy. You could be.
Well, I don't mind travelling over if they need me to go.
When you launch it, did you say?
End of September.
Right. Oh, well, that's just about. We'll have to glance off that way, won't we? We'll go to
road trip.
Well, we're on. We might be heading to a little event in Dallas.
He said might. We were almost saying we're definitely heading to Dallas, and then we got a might. So three of us got a little bit disappointed there, and we might be going, gents. We
Go
might
for
be
a
going.
detour.
It's brand new news to Hammond.
We can go via. Sorry, Joe. Yeah. Long service award.
Team North have decided that they might need to go to Dallas for a is it a VidIQ event?
No, Vid Summit.
Vid Summit, okay.
Yeah, Vid Summit.
So we're going up there. So we'll be signing autographs for $30 a piece and things like that when we are. Is that what we're doing? Table signing?
No, we just got to listen to people who know what they're doing, really.
Oh, right.
But anyway, we can glance by Chicago, test out the app there.
Definitely.
Go see what Hank and Chuck are doing.
TradeKart's next top model.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Wow.
There we go.
There you go. The fake
next top model.
I could say in America you would be. Could be like, oh, he's aspirational, look like him.
Does it come with subtitles?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
So people just ask clarification. So it's the person receiving the delivery who pays the £5?
Yeah, so... So anybody listening, it's really so anybody can go on and download the app. Download the app. It will connect you to all your merchants that fall within 6 miles of wherever you are. It'll give you live stock, live pricing. Go on, you can place your order, put your eFIXX code in, and that will give you free delivery. We operate 7 days. We obviously only open or deliver when the merchants are open, so we deliver for merchants that are open on a Sunday. And yeah, it's a £5, so it's a £5 plus VAT, and that's it to the tradesperson.
What about if I'm a business owner and I had multiple employees and I wanted to let them buy stuff themselves? Is that an option?
Good question. So we have a product called TradeKart Pro. And TradeKart Pro means, well, it's exactly that. So for a business that's got, say, 100 operatives, they can all have access to the app. And before they order, that we can set authority levels. So before they actually place their order, it will ping up to the manager or whoever it is to accept that order and authorise it. And that can be off a payment card or whatever. So we're talking to like the pub chains and retail chains and anywhere where there's maintenance people. Actually, just give them access to the app and saves them time. Hopefully they can knock off a bit early and spend a bit of time with the family, go to the pub, play around a golf, whatever it is they like doing, rather than sitting in traffic collecting materials.
Well, we know what Joe Hammond gets up to, don't we? In his spare time, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, he's always down at Tool Station.
Or he's always trying to work himself a bit of free time. Let's bring him in so he can look all confused standing over there. So there they are. Yeah, separated only by a metre box. Yeah. Just one. It looks like one layer on both of them by the looks of things. That's the
let's just replay that video, Joe, just so people get this video. We'll just join a little bit late. This is what happened earlier in the week.
All right, come on, you're okay?
A lovely time.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. You couldn't make it up, could you?
No.
Just stood there. They got away with it, wouldn't they? But of course, nope. Oh, dear. So, all good. Right, okay, so there they are, they're over there. So Joe's not coming. We've just broke the news to him. He is not coming to Texas with us. So unfortunately, he got that news. And Joe Robinson's at home now. He's just left the chat and he's gone and sat in the living room because he's just realised he's not coming either. So well done. And Stephen Hurrell doesn't watch him unless he's on holiday watching it, and he won't know anyhow. So we'll find out if Steve knows as well. That's a good lacer for that. Shall we have a little bit of a break? I'm getting I'd like a beverage, things like that. Shall we see what we've been doing with ladders?
Yes, we can.
This will be funny. So let's have a look at what 30 quid can buy.
Welcome to this special edition of Rick's Tool Time. Unfortunately, Rick's not here, but I did get something off Temu using that hashtag ladders for Rick, and using my Temu box cutter that we've had there. So some quality packaging here. We should have a ladder, cheap ladder. Now I've got this. It's actually from Temu in the UK. Strange how algorithms work. We did a live stream last time. Next time I log in on my machine, there's adverts from Temu for a ladder. And this one, believe it or not, was only £30.
Was that delivered?
That was delivered. Now apparently it complies with EN 131. It might have been a bit more with delivery, but it was delivered from the UK warehouse. I'll have to check them out. We've got some instructions.
What's it made of?
So this is apparent stainless steel, actually.
Oh, right. For 30 quid.
Rust. So things we're looking for at first. Safe ladders sold worldwide. No reference to EN 131. Let's have a go here. Let's have a look. Got some instructions here. 150 kilos, do not exceed this weight limit, blah, 75 degrees, so it all looks pretty okay. Again, no reference to that, so...
But the 150 kilos is a reference to it, isn't it? Because that's what they put on all their stuff.
So on face value, this is good, this is...
Check out Rick's discount code in the description. Oh, just needs a demo now. Up you go then, young man.
Where's Hammond? Is Joe?
No. Joe's busy. Oh, it's got a little bit of movement in it. It's got a whiff that this ain't very good. Ain't too bad. You're not as heavy as you once. Go on. You're only up 3 treads. Keep going. Keep going. Look at this. Hands off. Give us a wave. Looks fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
Every electrician should have one of them.
Yeah. No, this is.
What are you saying? It's a little bit flexible.
It's a little bit flexible. Let's have a look at the...
How's it come down? Is it going to be one of those that chops your fingers off? Let's have a little look. Oh no, not too bad. Okay. Oh, we haven't read the instructions, folks. So this is. Oh, nice. We like that. It's good. That logs. That's quite safe then. So you can only do. So when you do that, it'll do the top one, will it? Yeah, that's it. That's good. Oh, that could have been one of those moments, couldn't it? Here we go. So it's probably the height you'd work on it now, is it? Is that your sort of suggested height? Look at this man looking after his. Oh, is that it? Strap it together now. Job done.
Yeah.
Straight into the skip.
So interesting. Flipping back to the instructions, there's actually no word of actually who made these ladders. So I may have got them from a well-known online retailer that now has a warehouse in the UK and ships relatively quickly, but no markings on the product as to who made it, no safety certifications. So I'd suggest, would you risk your life for £30?
But Rick would.
Well, Rick would, yeah. Rick would.
So we said there about Joseph Hammond going up, and he chickened out, but he didn't because we got him later on in the show. Now, it's all about bulking up at eFIXX, and the issue we've got is that the Manjaro jab is making him a slimmer man than he used to be. So the only way to take on more calories is to maybe eat a cake, and in order to eat a cake, you need to have a birthday. And whose birthday is it today, Gordon?
I don't know, Gary.
I don't know. No. So 1 year ago today, you were trying to hit 50, and you didn't manage it, but you did hit 50 on that day, so that means today you are celebrating your 51st birthday. And the only way to celebrate a birthday is to bring in a cake. So we're all going to sing Happy Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Gordon. Happy birthday to you.
Give us a blow. Oh, look at that. It's quite ironic because it's similar because you got your second of these. We bought you one earlier on in the day as well. So, we knew all about it. So, happy birthday, Gordon. 1 year on from playing darts.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. So we did it.
Where's the knife?
Yeah, I know. We got one.
The knife?
The knife. We got it in the bag.
Yeah.
It'll be coming over, so we can take it off at the head. I'd suggest with your teeth, maybe not go for the hard chocolatey. You might find a few of your enamel bits are falling out. Okay, and obviously nobody wants the anus. Okay, and this is from the wonderful M&S, so it's not a rip-off one. Okay,
nice.
So it's the proper real deal. So
Not Kelvin the caterpillar.
No.
No expense spared.
Kelvin.
That's nice.
So there we are. So thank you ever so much for that. Let's go back into the comments now. Let's have a rip through these comments. Hopefully Joe's still in the comments helping out, but he hasn't been in today.
So I mean, obviously, people saying another well-known online seller of DIY-related products has a rapid delivery service. They call it something Screwfix Rapid or something.
Yeah, so I mean, Screwfix have Sprint, which is also a brilliant service, right? And it just demonstrates how the world is changing and expecting convenience at the touch of a button. We're a little bit different, so Screwfix Sprint is just Screwfix. TradeKart is hopefully everybody else, who isn't Screwfix. So we have Toolstation and City Plumbing and a lot of the larger regionals. Yes, Electrical, obviously. We deliver further, so we deliver up to 10 miles. We obviously do larger vehicles. So I think saying Screwfix is cars and bikes, but we do vans and Luton vans and up to 1 ton. So it's not dissing the service, but I think, from a tradesperson's perspective, I think if you fast forward 5 years, I would expect that most things are being delivered to site. And when you go to McDonald's now, the biggest number of customers in there is generally collection drivers. I expect that in merchants, in 5 years' time, maybe even 3 years' time, the biggest footfall in a merchant is going to be collection drivers going in, collecting and delivering, which will be very different to the way it is now.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to save on coffee machine.
Yeah. Greg's may not do as well.
And pies, Rick.
That's still going on Fridays.
Yeah.
Fish and chip Fridays.
No, they do free pies at Oldfield on a Friday. To get the footfall in. So keep it nice.
So maybe we need to stick the pies in the bag with the electrical stuff, and that's winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, or some random gift or something like that as a thing. Questions, Gordon? Come on.
Well, you're in trouble because your wife's just learned about Dallas, and she's wondering if she's gone.
This is a moment.
I never even mentioned it because I didn't think we'd even get to the point where we're doing it. But recently we've heard, and we rumours it's getting a lot closer.
Well, we're looking at flights.
I know,
We're looking at a calendar.
I've been home since then.
What's
remember?
going on?
Oh,
Yeah, so
I think you'll take that as a no, Michelle.
No.
That's the one.
She's going to Vienna with Vienna, so she's going there with
Not Dallas, though, is it?
She's also going to Aces.
She was a big fan of Dallas back in the 80s. She could see you.
Shoulder pads and all the
yeah.
rest of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby, you and Gary coming
Yeah.
out the showers 3
That's
years
it.
later alive again. Reset the script. Yeah, so all
It's
good.
even on screen.
Oh, dear
shocking.
me. So, so back in the comments, because this is what we want. Well, electricians' feedback, what are they saying, Gordon?
I mean, it's a great idea. I mean,
is a great
and my advice would be, it's like, we'd heard a bit of TradeKart in the background. I think we'd had it in the news, stuff like Rick had mentioned it. We're a bit, suspicious. This because you were here, we just took the plunge. We didn't tell you we were doing it. And,
Just had to give it a go.
Yeah.
See what it's all about.
And this is, and it's been great. We'll use it again because it's...
Most probably, yeah.
We always run out of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And it's brilliant that it is brilliant when you hear, first-time users, and I genuinely didn't know about it, and when you'd used it and to get the feedback, and actually to see how happy the driver was that, she's getting work during the day. Busy times for those sort of drivers is at dinner time.
Dinner times.
Yeah.
Question for you, Gordon. Got a dishwasher?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, why?
Well, 'cause I can't be bothered to clean dishes.
Okay, so it gives you a little bit more time in the evening with the wife?
Definitely,
Okay,
yeah.
what about Saturday or Sunday? Car looks a bit filthy.
There's some great guys at the end of town, I find, way back from the gym, call in there, phone you, and while I'm phoning you, they can be cleaning the car, and they do a better job than I do.
They do a fantastic
I get
job.
the pressure washer out at home and try and clean the car.
Sticky.
Oh, you got back. What a disaster. Not a professional.
Are you still cashing out the lights that we fitted for him, or that you having to start paying again?
On where?
Down there, are you free every time now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Oh, no, that's the valeters.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
The valeters. Oh, you mean, no, that's just the pressure, not the...
Oh, right, you do pressure washing and valeters, two
Yeah.
different things. I thought you went all in.
Yeah.
Oh, so the valeters, are you paying at the valeters yet?
No, I think we're still... No, I think
You're still free, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah? And why do you go to both of those services?
Because they're good at what they do, and their time, it's time, yeah. Everyone's time poor now, I think, and
wouldn't everybody want to buy 3 hours more at home? So if you said 3 hours and you could buy 3 more hours at home and be no worse off because you stay on site to do your work and don't waste the fuel and your time, which for some reason nobody accounts for, do they? They go, I'll drive there, get myself a coffee, chat to X and come back again, burning through time and money and fuel.
And it is our most valuable asset. Time. If you could give the gift of anything to somebody, it's time, because then you choose what you do with it. And
It's hard on you, and it's your birthday, innit? He just said to you, if I could give anyone the gift of time, this old man here could do the thing.
happy 50th.
we haven't seen a knife yet for this cake.
But you'd think, well, that's just in London where the traffic's bad, but pretty much every city around the UK now, local councils want traffic out of the city, so therefore it's harder to drive around them, and therefore it's congestion. And obviously congestion fees now aren't just London; they're creeping into other cities around it.
Parking as well, isn't it?
But it's another tool, isn't it? You've got a number of tools in your bag, in your van, that you'll probably use once or twice, but when you need it, it gets you out of a sticky situation.
And there's what we
Need some parts or whatever. Go on.
So we've now got. If it's the tool in your toolbox, it's there's 100,000 products on it now, so it's it's pretty much it's comprehensive. I still think we've got some way to go, and again, I'm really keen to hear from the electricians. What are we missing? What other products would they like to see on there? Because we can then go and talk to the merchant partners and hopefully get some help with it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the.
Oh, you can have the face.
No,
you have the face.
You're the birthday boy.
I like the middle
can't take
bit there.
face.
You can have the face. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we can have Manjaro Man slice as well, can't we?
He's the only person on that drug that seems to just keep eating. He just keeps eating. Unreal. We have got 2 of these, so go big or go home. No, I don't want one, Rick. No. I'm still good. So how's the league table going with our people? Because we're going to go over to another league table in a few moments. So I want to get everyone excited about this league.
Yeah, it's Roy Horn back at the top. He was trying earlier on. He was desperate to get there, and he's managed to. And he did point out that Skipton is under a hosepipe ban, but that's just private houses that do that. So
no worries. Yeah. And my wife's still in a Champions League position, which is
number
fantastic.
3, but she's given up since she's learned about the Dallas gig.
Yeah, I only learned this week that it was even a maybe. We hadn't haven't
I mean,
been
I want to
relying
know
on
how he knows that Skipton's got a
Hosepipe.
hosepipe. I didn't even know that.
Oh.
I live here.
You can't have a hosepipe, is it?
Yes, we've
It's
got a
lashing down
We've-
outside.
Well, I've just found out that we have, yeah.
Yeah.
We had 2 good hot days last week.
Yeah.
Let's find out about this league, because I'm intrigued and excited. Come on, Joe. After mugging me off earlier on, bring you in. See if you can press the right button. There you are.
There we go,
Who's
I'm
your
in.
lovely assistant?
Pardon?
Who's your lovely assistant?
This is Amelia, my lovely sister. And yeah, we're going to talk about something new from us. So me and Gary had that much fun playing our little league last season, which was Fantasy Premier League, which I dominated him. I won't let him forget that. Just as he doesn't let me forget how he dominates me at darts, but that's changed recently, that's for another time. So yeah, introducing the eFIXX Fantasy League, season 2025-26, and it's going to be basically be an FPL league. Here's the reasons to join. It's free to enter, so yeah, you don't have to pay anything to get in there. There's prizes for the winner, there's also prizes for the runners-up. We'll have a WhatsApp group, so I think it's the first time that all the eFIXX staff members will be in a WhatsApp group with you lot. You can have a chance to beat the eFIXX team. Some people know more football than others, I'd say, but there is also an element of luck in there. So some, why did I put it back to you lot? Sorry about that. Yeah, so some people in the eFIXX team have hinted at the possibility of using ChatGPT to create their team, which is fair enough, that can be done. So if your football knowledge isn't great, you can do that. So yeah, join. There's a link in the description to a web page where you can learn more about it, and you can join the league and the WhatsApp chat from there.
Okay, so if nothing else, you get full access for the first time to every eFIXX member of the team on a platform. There may have to be rules, okay, as we're in there, but of course we're
Football chat only.
Yeah, no, well,
And related banter.
Yeah, related banter. Yeah, we'll go with that. There's also going to be spots in the news, so eFIXX weekly news on a Monday, which now has Learner of the Week in there, my favourite part of that. But that could change soon when it's obviously the league table, so we'll be in there. We'll also be doing specials on the actual live stream as well, so we'll be catching up with effectively the John Motson of the eFIXX team as he comes in his sheepskin coat and all the rest of it. All you got to do is go on, click the link, create your team, and bang, you're in. And then obviously you can join this WhatsApp group. I think we've been forced into it today. I think I've appeared in there. I don't even think I'm admin, am I? Did you make me admin?
No, I think Joe's just made me admin because I started changing the group name and all sorts of stuff in there.
So I do not want to be admin. I'm in a different WhatsApp group, and I've already dropped it in there. And there's over 220 college lecturers in there. I'd like to think some of them would be keen to jump into that WhatsApp group as well. Come along, join us, have some fun, and we can banter away on that over the live streams and the news, and also on a WhatsApp group.
How do you enter?
I was going to say, yeah.
I'll bring myself back in. You enter via the link in the description. You can get to a web page. I'll be updating it with how to make a team and whatnot tomorrow. But yeah, there's 2 buttons at the bottom. One of them to join the league. You'll have to sign up to an account on the FPL app, and then you can join the WhatsApp group from there as well.
Pop it in chat as well.
Pop it in chat.
Oh, give him another job. Get it in the chat.
Can you put it in chat? I mean?
It's good.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, look at the slide. Look at.
I ended up.
Right.
No, I took its feet, the white chocolate feet. They were nice.
I think you'd call that a generous portion. Is that right?
Yeah. I definitely would call it a generous portion.
Yeah, so let's have a little look. So let's bring it up so the camera can see. Look at that. Rick's not a stranger to a cake, is he, bless him? Okay, all right, all good stuff. Right, so anything else coming through? This is what we want the feedback. This is what Alistair's here for. He wants to hear what electricians say. It's great to hear it's good. The only way we know it's good because you're going to go off and choose the free one, so you can have a rip at it using the code.
I think lots of people are saying they give it a try.
I'm going to say, has anybody tried it as well?
People are finding out to spend a lot of time going off site to get bits and bobs.
Burning money.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I would say, people say your profit is their poor planning, but I think it's something almost endemic in the industry, isn't it? Because it's like, you got the wholesalers in the morning, there's a string of vans outside.
Oh. Yeah.
So it's like, well, they must have known at some point in the day before, they must have thought, I'm going to need to go to the wholesalers tomorrow and get some bits for that job, or for some job.
And we reckon, so when we were first building the business, we said it probably costs, on average, a tradesperson anywhere between 30 and 50 quid to go to the wholesaler. By the time it's parking spot, time in traffic, downtime, not getting paid, somebody's footing that cost. So it's like, that's a lot of money. You know, that, and you know, when we've been talking to these guys in Chicago, they allocate a cost of $100 to a store visit, and they charge that on to the customer.
Right.
Which is just inefficiency, isn't it? And you know, that just needs to change. And well, we've already talked about Amazon and Deliveroo, but you get your films from Netflix. You get, you know, everything's there and it's accessible. So why should trade or construction be any different?
And what's quite nice, the wholesaler doesn't need to be fearful. It's a bolt onto their business that actually levels them up with a delivery service equivalent to Deliveroo.
We can't win without them. No. We can't. We've got some amazing trade partners. Leyland SDM is a great example in London now, working alongside us. The team are really pumped for it. They're seeing new customers come in now on the back of them using TradeKart for the first time, and we really want to build those relationships between the merchant and the tradesperson. We don't want to get in the way of those, but we need to do it digitally because the next generation are just going to expect that. It's just going to be the norm.
Yeah, and it's a bit like having that box in the back of the van of things to get you out of the difficult moments. So you're in there scrambling around for a circuit breaker or a bag of Wagos or I don't know, Electrismo, okay, time-saving adapter. You're looking at that sort of stuff. But all of a sudden now you can always take the pressure off yourself and think, well, I can spend 5 minutes looking for it, but I don't want to waste any more time, bang it through the app, get it delivered, carry on working.
Oh, and one of our busiest times is, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So people who are now planning their week, they're going, right, I'm going to be here on a Monday. Here's the job that I need on Monday. Deliver that 8 o'clock Monday. Here's the products I need for a Tuesday. I'll deliver that Tuesday. So they can just rock up straight to the job and they know the products are going to be there.
All right,
so it just helps them plan.
So you don't have to go for instant delivery.
No,
you can plan ahead.
So you can plan. So there's 2 hourly slots up to 7 days out. So you can plan your week ahead, and if we can help tradespeople become better at planning.
It's a bit like your supermarket deliveries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A bit like
Kept
Tesco.
that one quite all day, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't mention that at all, did we? We just found that out for the first time. Oh, the other stuff we already knew if you didn't guess, but we didn't know that one, did we? No. Okay, that's good then. So when we talked about other people that have got planning tools for electricians that we're going to put you in contact for, that's perfect. Yeah, that they can say, I'm turning up at this date, and actually the goods can come as well.
Just get it, and the merchant picks up the order. We pick up the order. The merchant literally just has to accept the order, put it in a bag, and the driver will come along and deliver it for them. So.
How long before we got that trade cart thing above the counter? Like where what was it?
We have it. So in some merchants now,
their number.
So there's a TradeKart collection area in some of the London merchants, who are now doing bigger volumes, because that helps the driver, like who you met today. They can just go in and go straight to the thing, check the ticket, grab it, and off they go. And every minute for us counts. We market it as it's TradeKart time, and literally as soon as that order's placed, the clock is ticking. And the week before, our fastest delivery in London was 6 minutes, which is pretty insane.
Well, they're next door to them.
I did ask that. I thought,
yes, it's ridiculous.
I was still, and actually, no, it was a mile away or whatever, but still,
It's been a motorbike delivery then, was it?
It was, so motorbikes in London. Yeah, you see them in London. You've got to keep out of the way of them.
Yeah, have. Yeah.
But it's hell in London. If you've taken a van.
If you're in London, we didn't mean to upset you there.
No, it is. If you've ever tried it, we'll come on to larger vans in a bit, but just parking a normal-sized van in the middle of London. Yeah. We went down to do that job last year with Zaptec. Even though we worked in a car park, we couldn't get in the car park because there were private car parks. To park for a day, you're lucky if you get change out of 80 quid.
Right.
Yeah. If you can find a space. Now, that space had to be pre-booked in advance. 80 quid. Now, imagine I'm going to have to leave that space.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, where you going now? Yeah, to go and get something.
Yeah. You're probably not going to get the space when you get back. And what I've heard a lot of people do, they'll just go home. That's it. The day is finished. Yeah. End of day. Come back tomorrow and have another crack at it.
Right.
We've got this really great plumber customer in London called Matt Wyatt, and he lives, I think, Romford or somewhere.
Oh, good Essex boy.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. He's really great. He's been a big supporter, and he goes to work on a Brompton. So he goes to the tube, folds up his Brompton, gets on the bike, goes into London. Will generally do 5 or 6 jobs a day. All he's got is a rucksack. Everything else is on demand. So he's just
a bike. If you don't know what a Brompton is,
No, I do. Yeah, folding bike. One friend of mine had one once. Yeah.
Did he? Yeah. Is this a friend or is this you?
No, I'm not. No, genuinely was a friend. He was out of Reading and places like that, so he went into London, so he had a folding bike for that. So, again, going back to that painter with his rucksack full of brushes and rollers.
No, it's a plumber.
No, what we talked about earlier on. Yeah. He just needs 2 tins of Magnolia turning up. He's banged away all day, isn't he? He's all in. The following day, 2 tins of gloss. He's rocked it,
Exactly.
Sandpaper.
Yeah, well, they don't bother. One coat and they straight back over again. We'll be all right. So, so that makes sense. So he's probably purposely employed himself in London for his business, effectively, because the
it's high
rates are-
value work.
Yeah, higher value work, but he's overcome all the issues of getting his stuff there. He's just
Driving
on his
into
bike.
no congestion charge, you know, no parking issues, no driving around stuck in traffic. You know, in London, that's probably cost him an hour or two a day.
Yeah.
So he's and he loves it. And in, you know, initially we got a few bits wrong, and he gave us great feedback, and we got the products that he needed on the app. And you know, the beauty of being relatively small is we can listen and change pretty quickly. You know,
You're not
unlike
small for long, though, are you?
well, hopefully not. But I'd like to. I would still like to think that no matter how big we become, it is the voice of the trade that really counts, and it is very much about the trade, and that's where we differ versus the Amazons and whoever else.
Have you looked at the size of America?
It's pretty big. Pretty big. I'd just be happy if a few people in Chicago use it. Let's just start there.
No, I think you're too kind.
Yeah. There's
Well, if
some
we
bits
make
of
out-
America where there's lots of people. There's
you
also
make
some
your way
bits of
there, you
America
can
where there's
order.
hardly anybody.
Anyway, within 10 miles.
I can imagine you won't be opening up in Nebraska for quite a while.
No, maybe not.
Yeah,
Maybe
stick
not.
to the big cities. And, yeah.
Just follow wherever Elon Musk's doing his taxi things, because there's plenty of people there. That's
Yeah,
all.
I mean, we'll probably have, we'll have vans without drivers
Zero driver.
within the next.
How are they going to deliver the product? They've got to go out to the car and pull it out of the boot.
Yeah. Well, robot.
Yeah, I know they've said that. They reckon Amazon are working on one that jumps out the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're working on that. Yeah, it's not a small child. You're okay. We're not in that world. That's good. That's good. Right. Any more questions while we take a
People are obviously can only deliver when the merchants are open.
Yeah.
That's a problem for the merchants to decide. Here's my solution. The merchants need to invest in at their own depths, like those Amazon boxes. They can put the orders in and you pick up from them.
Collection points.
You're welcome.
So we're talking to e-locker and InPost at the moment to do exactly that, and maybe in certain locations we'll have lockers where we can pick up and deliver to and from merchants. So, sometimes one of the big challenges is returns. So what happens if the customer orders the wrong product or they get the wrong product? At the moment they have to take it back to store. Mm-hmm. But actually, wouldn't it be great if they could just drop it in a locker and we could go and grab it and take it back to store for them? So the traditional merchants still are generally 7 o'clock till 5 o'clock and then till 12 o'clock on a Saturday. But I think, the tool stations of this world are changing that game, and they're open till 8 o'clock in the evening, and they're open all day Sunday. And I think, the world is becoming 24/7, isn't it? But for me, again, in the big cities, you've got a lot of contractors who are working overnight on retail units, when they're closed, and we need to be there to support those guys. So how do we work on a solution that works for them? And that's probably going to be lockers, I would have thought.
Mm. You've got it all covered, haven't you?
Oh, not yet, but we're working on it.
Well, no, you have. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I've got a worry now. I've looked down. Mm-hmm. It just says Ireland down there.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is that what I didn't... So that's me in Ireland, is it?
Well, we can have a little look. Let's just see. Obviously, just to fill in the gaps before we go there, obviously we had a little trip out to Ireland with the winners of our robust competition.
Which was great.
Fantastic bunch of people. I can see quite a few of them in the comments
nice.
tonight, including Mick there. Yeah, who got a bit too much of your attention, Gary.
Did he? Or
yeah,
Mick?
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's invented
so
a
let's
great
just,
product.
obviously, let's just have a little look at what went on later in the day.
I can't even say I don't get out very often because I don't actually go home very often. So I'm normally... Last week I slept in 4 days in 4 different beds, okay? And that was not Joe Hammond's affairs. It was actually because I was here, there and everywhere. But it was a good trip, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it last year. I was lucky enough to go back. I am currently campaigning to go on to the Lewden Palazzoli trip to, obviously to Italy with their cast and crew as well. But it was great. But yes, I was a little tired on day 2. We did have many cocktails. I'm sure there must have been some non-alcoholic ones you were drinking because I kept going afterwards, and I can't believe it. We had every cocktail on the menu, didn't we? Near enough.
Tried them.
Yeah.
Just sort of, yeah, they were good.
It was good. It was good. And you managed to ruin Matthew.
He was. He said he didn't drink at the start of the day. I don't drink very
I've
often.
never known him to drink, so well done. And I worked with him for about 6 years, and we went out a lot. Yeah, so I didn't know him to drink, so he drank, and then he threw up in one of the streets in Ireland, didn't he? Near around Templar's Barn, and came back, carried on drinking, didn't he?
Pavement pizza.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Just lost
lovely.
his complete lunch.
Oh, yeah.
You missed it all because you were benched, weren't you, after last year's performance? Didn't get up, did you?
Well, it was my son's last day at nursery, so I ditched you so I could go and see
Who
that.
ditched first?
Well, I might have got benched first, but I had other things on
You'd
at
have
the
let me
time.
down retrospectively.
I would have still said no, you know. I'd have said thank you, but no thank you.
Okay, all right. What happens if there's something great on when we go to Texas? Is Hammond taking your seat?
I've told Mrs. we're shifting his trip to Scotland by a week.
You actually meant to be away that week?
The weekend, the following week, I think it is.
All right, you'll be okay.
Well, it is now.
All right, okay, that's good. So again, don't forget, we've got loads of links in there. We've got the one that gives you your first delivery free, and we recommend you try it. We thought it was brilliant, and that is no absolute cobblers. Rick has downloaded it. We think it's excellent. We used it twice. It was ace twice for us. Go and do it. Do the same thing. See if it's so important to your business, and it will get you out the muck more than once. So do that for us. If you want to join our fantasy football team, which means you will have a direct line to both Joe Robinson and Gordon Routledge for all your technical questions 24/7, which is a service you will not have to pay for. You just need to download the required app for the Premier League and then build your own team, and then you will have access 24 hours a day to technical helpline Gordon Routledge and Joe Robinson. So make sure you do that. Also, for fun and games, I'll be in there. So if you've got a drinking competition you want some help with, I'll be able to help out. And if you've maybe got a party, you want an extra celebrity guest to turn up, Rick will turn up for that one, yeah, especially if there's a buffet.
I'll give it a dabble.
Yes, okay, so you've got access to the full range of people. We can't send Joe Hammond because he's not funny and he's losing weight, so he's no good to anyone else. So that's good. All right then, so how would you like to summarise, say, in the next couple of minutes, what TradeKart can do for the electrician from now moving forward as you develop the business?
Well, coming from, I mean, a 5-minute, 20 fuse box fixer, I've learned a lot today in electrical. I think we're still learning. You know, this is electrical is, you know, it's complex. There's lots of parts. I've spoken to a lot of electricians. They're very precious about the brands that they work with. Each of them have got their own nuances going on. So I think listening and learning to the eFIXX community is really, really invaluable to us. Bear with us. We've still got a lot to learn and get a lot right. You know, we're definitely not perfect, but we want to, really want to make a difference. And support electricians and give them back that gift of time, and hopefully, rather than doing 4 jobs a day, that it will maybe help them do 5 jobs a day more efficiently, or 4 jobs a day and have an extra hour playing golf or being in the pub or spending time with the family, whatever it is. So we're 3.5 years old. Hopefully, come back here in a year's time. It would be brilliant to, say, we've built this great community of electricians who are using this product day in, day out, and it's really benefiting them. And that, if we can achieve that, that would be
again
phenomenal.
If you join our fantasy football club,
we're going to have a TradeKart team.
So
we are
you'll be in
definitely
there. So
having
again,
a
if they've got a
TradeKart
problem,
team.
they can just drop it in there, and then you can just.
I was just going to say, if we've got any questions, where would we go?
There'll be a special code.
Yeah.
So our fantasy football team. So any technical.
No, but reach out. We will. We'll share. My details and the team's details. Feedback is really key to us.
Okay.
So we're not frightened of that. And it's if it doesn't go right, we're really keen to learn why.
Well, our feedback, it was excellent, wasn't it, mate?
Just worked.
And again, how many times have we downloaded that just didn't work?
We might have to try and order something a bit larger next time, Maybe
Go for bulky.
turn the screw.
Turn the screw, a bit bulky. Now, I've got down here Scami Isolator. What have you been faffing around with then, young man, for Scami Isolator?
Let's have a look at some of the stuff coming up. Let's have a look at the picture. Got a bit technical early in this.
dear.
Not normally you'd hook an isolator up to an oscilloscope, but that's a video coming up soon. That's a very clever isolator.
Right, very clever isolator, looks it.
Yeah. What was shown on the screen there is one set of contacts in. It opens up slightly before the others.
Oh, right, we can't see that, can we? We see it on the graph,
can
but we
see it
can't
on
see
the
anything
graph.
else. Oh, right, so there's 2 sets of contacts in there.
2 sets of contacts
Well, that
for
looks-
a purpose.
I'll let you do that video if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you happy to do that?
I am happy to
Yeah,
do
okay,
that.
well
It's taken
done.
a while to put together, and also I'll be using my new tap and die set that we had
Let's have a look at these.
delivered today.
Just move your old hand.
Move the kit. So this is one of the things Rick said. Does anyone need anything from Tool Station? And I added this on, a little bit overkill, because I just needed the M3 tap, really. But I do want to get on with the video tomorrow morning, so we've ended up with just about every tap and die we could need. So I think we're good for a while on that. So
Just need to find out which M3 it actually is.
yes, Rick reckoned it was Whitworth, but I said, no, they're all Imperial. I thought you should know that. But so I've got my new tap and die set.
And what we
today.
like about that, Rick, don't we know what will happen. It'll get opened up when it'll get used, and then it'll be scattered.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Rick, where is everything, Rick?
Magpie was over straight away as soon as it turned
was
up.
he?
Yeah.
Let's bring him back in. He's over there, the beautiful Magpie. Yeah. What have you taken off me this week? What are you taking home from Lineside Studios?
I'm taking home the TIS 570, the AC/DC clamp meter.
Okay, and that's, don't tell us exactly what it is, but that's for a technical Q&A that you're doing in the next week. We've got a nice series running at the minute, which is Joe Hammond doing a Q&A every week.
Yep.
Well, it's meant to go out on a Tuesday. We've had some teething issues like most good businesses have at the start. Yeah, we couldn't get him to make one a week to start with. So employee problem. We've got one coming out soon on the mouse stick. We've got one on the TIS tester. We've got one on Surge coming out. We've got some great Q&A questions coming out from those, so they should be super exciting. You're working on all the technical stuff. I do a live stream every 2 weeks if I'm available, and you make all the videos and I hold the camera, don't you?
I'm building a rig as well as we speak for Joe Robinson.
Yeah, we're building a rig. Safe for September's coming, isn't it?
It is.
It is, and we're coming out with a new one, folks. So that'll be super interesting for that as well. So any other questions, G-Dog?
Your wife wants to see if Finn can get a job as a delivery driver.
Yeah.
Gig economy.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah. That'd be good.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. We can sort that one out.
That's an idea, yeah.
And Gary, you can get one as well because you'll be needing it soon because obviously the Dallas trip hasn't gone down well. She's just seen the photographs of Ireland, and there'll be a bin bag with your belongings in when you get to home.
I won't notice, will I? It's just another bed I sleep in. Okay, so it's been great. We're not finishing. The end song's awesome, so don't go into finishing words. We're not finishing now. Thank you ever so much. I'd love the feedback from everyone. Obviously going to join the fantasy football team as well. Hopefully everyone else will. The code's in the description. Remember, the link's there. Go through, use eFIXX, have your first one free, so your delivery will come out. It's worth just trying it, just to make yourself smile. Can you make something come to your property where you're working or commercial residence and get it there within a certain period of time? Watch it on the app. You can track it. It shows you where it is in location to where you are and see it turn up. It's just a brilliant process, isn't it?
It is.
Well, we've got to get ourselves a big cowboy hat and some boots because we've been promised this evening we're going to Texas, okay?
And Chicago.
I'm swinging past Chicago on the way, and one of us wanted to pop into Miami. Didn't we, Joe? Joe wanted to go to Miami. No, it's not quite on the way, is it, Joe? So bring yourself in. You're grinning away like a loser. So, you're over there. Your geography was a bit average, wasn't it? You said, let's do a bit of Miami on the way.
I just thought we could go visit Messi if the season's kicked off, which I think it has, to be fair.
All right, okay. Is he playing the season out there? I thought he was going to leave at some point.
Well, if he is, then my football knowledge is not as good as I think, and I'm probably going to lose the league. So.
Okay, well, you are, because there's going to be that many people in it, so it's all good stuff. So thank you ever so much. Thank you for your support today and making us incredibly happy. Obviously, you had every faith in an app. You love an app, don't you?
Yeah.
It just works, doesn't it?
Well, this one did actually just work. So that was.
We've had many that don't.
Yeah.
So, thank you ever so much if you've given up your time this evening to obviously support us. Remember, the young ladies are playing on a Sunday at 5 o'clock. Let's see if we can go back to back on the Euros. It would be fantastic if we can. Also gives you a bit of insight into your football knowledge. If you could pick the team that wins for us, you can win a fantastic prize. There's loads of stuff that we're going to do in the next episode. We're back in 2 weeks.
Just before we go, we can watch Joe Hammond on the ladder, Gary.
At least 30 quid.
I love a bit of thrift.
Go.
Is it in?
We'll do the deflection test here. Let me just get my camera out in case there's any.
Does it have a safe working load?
150 kilos, but does it say on there? Let's have a check.
I am on the Monjaro.
Yeah.
What's that in pounds?
You're well in. Get on it.
Okay.
Get on it.
Hold on. You tell us when you don't feel safe any longer. Go on.
I'm not going to impale myself on here. Yeah, I'm done.
Jeez.
You want them?
From a lethal ladder to a wonderful app. Thank you very much, TradeKart, for coming in today. We're going to rent the old credits, and here we go. We're out. See you in 2 weeks on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
Rocked up to site with your brew in hand, but your Wagos gone, not part of the plan. No breakers, no strut, no flexi in sight. Apprentice says, oops, I didn't get it right. But Alistair's got your back, no need to shout. With the TradeKart app, sort the problem out. From fittings to flex, no need to drive. 30-minute delivery, the job stays alive. No more last-minute runs, no stressy dash. Just scroll and tap, boom, gear in a flash. eFIXX TV's live and we're spilling the tea. On TradeKart, making jobs easy.